Quran reported that there is a resurrection which is certain to be established. This news has such value in the sight of Allah, and so important that great nations were killed for this reason. They did not believe in the word of the apostles that the hour would come. The apostles told them that you have to give an account. You know that in the paper, the examiner who asks a question gets marks for the answers to the questions asked, and no marks for the knowledge. If we believe that the hour will come, God will reward us for what we do. They will have pass will have heaven, and those who will fail will have hell. If they accept this, the standard of passing and the standard of failure will not be what the world considers as the standard today. For the passing marks that God has set, the questions that God has set will have to be met. The standards that God has set will have to be met. Yes, who will repay? Allah will reward, and Allah's standard is different for success and failure. Public standards, United Nations standards, USA standards, European standards, India standards, Pakistan standards, these all are different from each other. Even the success standards at our home, or to be a good person, everyone's standard is different. Like, wife's standard is different, the husband is different, the mother-in-law is different, the son is different, the daughter-in-law are different, the neighbors are different, the friends are different, the people of Karachi are different, the people of Punjab are different. KPK, Baluchistan are different, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, USA, Saudi Arabia, etc. You would say that the system is not so different. Brother, everyone has different standards. At the national level, if you praise the people of Afghanistan, the Taliban, in the eyes of the United States, you are a man of no value. I do not know that why I remember the son-in-law whenever I use this word that I used in the statement. He had said that the status of son-in-law, for his in-laws, is not more than of 2 cents. When the word 2 cents comes to my mind goes to the son-in-law. And I am talking about the ones who are gentlemen. The son-in-law keeps trying to get more value, but he is not able to do so. But I am talking about the ones who are gentlemen, but people respect the bad ones. Even the religious community, they also have different standards, and if you praise a sect they will be happy. And the other will get angry. So the standards are different at the national level as well. The standard of being good in the United States is something else. They will give nationality to the one, or they will promote the one who will meet their standards. The standard of the UK is different. UK will give you nationality if you prove that you are interested in homosexuality, and you will get nationality immediately. Look, man, is there any humanity? I am afraid to talk about such things because people might use such things to get immigration. Everyone is different because everyone has to reward you in their way. I am talking about Imam Sahib, who is an incompetent type of imam in the mosque. Not all are the same. You keep your beard, you become a worshipper, they will not be happy. If you don't pray, if you don't have beard, but you donate to the mosque, you will be considered as a very good person. I am not talking about everyone. Good and bad people are everywhere, lest you become suspicious of the imam of your own mosque. Everyone likes the person who donates. If I had made heaven, I will be the one who disclosed the paper. My first question would have been whether you have done 4 marriages or not. So even at the individual level, every man is different, at the collective level, at the societal level. Look at Karachi. If the Muslim League had done what it has done in Punjab, what is the benefit to the people of Karachi if they have done it in Punjab? So the Prime Minister is very good but not good for us. If this work is among the people of Karachi, then they will consider it good, but the people of Punjab will not consider it beneficial. So heaven, if by heaven I mean success, if it were in our hands, then every person's standard of success, of development, would be different from others. The woman says my husband should earn money and feed me only, he should prefer me over his mother and his sisters. This husband is very good in the eyes of those who are listening to me. Husband also wants all rights to be paid to him only. The wife should forget her brother, her father, her mother, her wife. Friend wants his friend to be rude to his brother but be nice to him. What do you call him? He is a very good friend of mine. If you had created paradise, you would have taken this friend and admitted him to paradise. Then the hereafter is denied, because if you and I believe that the hereafter exists, then we will have to abolish all standards. Every standard is zero, it has no value. We have to work on this paper which has been given by Allah. Liberal people deny the hereafter for the same reason, because if we accept the hereafter, then we will have to accept Islam. What is the way to success in the hereafter? That method is none other than Islam in the world. No one has that paper. That is an example of this. You went to the examination hall. For example, you have your BA paper, the examiner gave the paper. A student comes to you and says it is not the original, and it is not the original paper, you will not get the marks after passing it. You will get scared and will wait for the original paper, and then you are waiting and waiting, that paper will come, an hour will pass. How many hours you have for this exam? An hour will pass. How many hours do you have? In our time there were 3 hours. 3 hours are enough for everyone to copy. Even if a person can't copy it, it means that the person is useless. These are the 3 hours given by the government so that you can make a good copy. This is a research that a person can copy and ask as well. Karachi has the same system, I don't know outside. So, the paper is not out, nor other paper is coming. You will wait for 1 hour and then you will say, if there is another paper, why it's not coming? Keep writing until another paper arrives. This is what we have to write. On what principles will success be achieved in the hereafter? Whose rights will have to be paid? What is your exam? No one tells the details except Islam. Islam has disclosed the paper. No other religion has been able to do it. No one has been able to publish it yet. We have no other option but Islam to prepare for the exam of the hereafter. People say, why to be a Muslim? Tell me, what to do then? There is no paper otherwise. Brother, we cannot take the risk. If there is someone else, then bring it. I will give another example, it will be understood in a better way. You are sitting in the examination hall. A well-wisher came to you and whispers that this is not the paper. You said that maybe it is true, then you would have sadly and wait for the second paper to come. It's been an hour, then the paper came and he brought it out from somewhere. Now that paper was, for example, of physics. By the way, there is no physics in BA. The original paper was of the history, the original paper, and the paper you have received has a total of 2 questions, although there are at least 5 or 6 questions in most of the papers. There are 2 questions and they are so weird that they have nothing to do with the topic. Even in the weird handwriting, you don't understand the original language of the paper. You have to get it translated. Let it be said that there is no one here in this country, in this city, who knows the translation, who knows the language. The language of this paper is an ancient language. That language does not exist, yet I called to some university to get it translated. It has been heard that there are some scholars at Oxford University who understand this language. You will be shocked that what kind of paper is this? The language is extinct from the world. Its experts are found in few places, so you will say that the examiner has gone nuts, he has gone mad in what language he has made the paper. What do you think, brother? Examiner is sane person or not? Otherwise, why are you taking the exam? You should have sensed that no to make paper in such language which is only understood by few people. The language of the paper cannot be understood by the expert teacher of the subject, he can't solve it. There was a question written in it that to be successful, if someone slaps you on one cheek, then offer him the other one, you will get the 100 marks. Can you solve such a difficult paper? It is written in the Bible that if someone slaps you, you should offer the other cheek as well. It is written in the Bible that if someone slaps you, you should offer the other cheek as well. You should become so polite. You will say that there is no ban on writing by the government, the writing looks very good, it is not possible in practical life. Jesus can't write like that, such a thing is a later addition. The examiner has sensed that he knows that what he is writing in the paper, the rest of the paper is lying blank, there are no instructions in it. There is no mentioning that if you do this, you will get this much numbers. A paper came in front of you with a lot of weird things written on it. Now I am not going into too much detail. Every religious person listens to my statement, then they will say that you are making fun of our religion. Going into more detail is prohibited by the government. In short, you said, man, this is a paper, it is a history paper, so clean, it has the first question, the second question, the third question, the fourth question, the fifth question, it is mandatory and this is optional, having this much marks. This is the basic question, you can't pass without solving it. There is also a mandatory question, so this is a mandatory question. So it is with great wisdom and great clarity, and everything is written in it. There are other papers that you have, such that you say, man, this paper is a sign that the maker has no sense. So you will tell the person who whispered in your ear that this is not the original paper, I am bringing the original paper. But you will say to him that this cannot be a BA paper by its looks. Apart from Islam, all the religions in the world have lost their languages. The Torah and the Gospel are in Syriac or Hebrew. When they read God's message in the original language, those who know it are very few, and mark it that you are not even sure if they are translating correctly or not. That paper is in such a language that you will never know. And the official language of Islam is Arabic, and has been preserved as a family language, with Arabic being the national language of 20 countries. Not of 20 people, but of 20 countries, and even the countries like Pakistan whose national language is not Arabic. Even in this country, millions of people know Arabic, millions of scholars, millions of good people know Arabic. My language is not Arabic, but thanks to God I understand the whole Quran in Arabic. And if the original paper comes in Arabic, then you will get the millions to get it translated. So there is no possibility of error in this translation. If someone will do, he will be caught.